You are a literally, I'm a hating, wicked, black, a man with a, you are a serious, self-hating devil.
Hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negropian. In today's video, I'm still trying to get over last night's revelations. Bomani Tyehimba eluding the Ghanaian authorities, making his way to the airport under the cover of darkness, jumping on a plane and then sliding out of Ghana just like the snake that he is. Many people saw him on the interview that I did with him about a year ago, and many people saw that he was just not of good character. That was clear to see. Some people even said, hey, look at the way he's talking to you, he's disrespecting you. But I was so happy with the interview. I had planned out everything. I had written certain questions down so I could try and trick him and try and get him to expose himself on the interview. But I didn't have to do any of that. He did it all himself. I literally sat back and watched how he just imploded. He made himself look like an imbecile, if you ask me. So I didn't feel disrespected. And by the way, guys, you're not supposed to really ask for respect or demand respect from people who you don't respect yourself. After I heard the stories coming out of Ghana, I felt, a little bit vindicated. I didn't really feel like I needed to show you anything else about Bomani Tyehimba. That's the reasons why I didn't make a ton of videos about Bomani afterwards, trying to make sure people knew who the real Bomani was. The interview did it all for me. But what if you don't know who he is? What if you've never seen the nasty side of Bomani Tyehimba? What if you just thought that he was a good, respectable person who would treat you in a professional and dignified manner always, because that's just who he is, because those are the personality traits that he shows as a businessman. It wouldn't be far-fetched for people to see him as a good, decent man. Now you guys know that he is not a good, decent man. I shouldn't have to prove anything else anymore. I know I had a few people writing in the comments section below asking me for proof. I shouldn't have to prove it. He proved it to himself. You saw that for yourself. You want to go ahead and do business with him? You don't believe it? Go ahead, knock yourself out. But what about the others? What about those YouTubers who exposed their subscribers to Bomani Tyehimba? Do they not bear some responsibility for showing this fraud to their audience? In today's video, we're going to take a look at 3 YouTubers who did just that, and we're going to ask the question, are they just irresponsible? Are they just ignorant? Or are they criminally complicit? We're going to try and answer those 3 questions today, but first I'm going to ask you to please like, subscribe, share, click the bell notification, and please consider supporting the channel on our Patreon, link in the description. I'm also going to invite you to please follow the Oversight channel, the channel that is there to help you to invest on the African continent, both safely and securely. Link also in the description. So we're going to take a look at 3 particular YouTubers, 3 YouTubers that you will already know. Prince DYNAST AMIR, OJ Duke Jackson, and also Pan-Africanism Strikes Back. We're going to look at these 3 YouTubers and we're going to try and do our best to answer whether they are one of those 3. Because they must be one of those 3. Either irresponsible or ignorant or criminally complicit. So we're going to try and see whether we can put them in the right box. So we're going to start with OJ Duke Jackson. Now, OSHAY Duke Jackson is a difficult one. He's been around long enough to know the YouTube streets. He knows that there are fraudsters on YouTube all day long. So the fact that this man doesn't really have any viable way of vetting those people that he invites onto his show tells me that he either isn't as intelligent as he makes himself out to be, which I find hard to believe because this man is a successful man. We must give him that. He's been successful, not just in YouTube, but in life in general. So yeah, I think you need a certain degree of intelligence to be successful. Now, the only problem here is that Bomani is a salesperson. He is the type of person that once he's in your interview, he will try and promote his Black Star company, whatever it's called. He will try and do his best to promote that and promote that to the people who will be watching. And while Ken Gander is pretty good at giving interviews, it would be difficult to tie this man down and keep him on course to make sure he just gives advice. That's what he was supposed to be doing during this interview. So Ken Gander, what is he? Is he criminally complicit? Is he ignorant? Or is he irresponsible? I would go to say that he is probably irresponsible. I don't think he's ignorant, all right? It might be even a combination of both, but I don't think he's criminally complicit. O'Shea Duke Jackson doesn't need to scam people, okay? He is a genuine talent, okay? He's genuinely talented, okay? He just has that. So I don't think this person needed to scam anybody for any particular amount of money, and I don't think he would get himself involved in any type of criminality with Bomani Tyehimba. Number 2, Prince DYNAST AMIR, the search for Uru. So he had an interview with Prince DYNAST AMIR on his show. Prince DYNAST AMIR's case is probably the most frustrating out of all of them, because this is not the first time that he has exposed his subscribers to dodgy people. We spoke about this before when he brought on Wilkins Morency onto his show, one of the dodgiest people on YouTube. He brought him on multiple times and many people lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Prince DYNAST AMIR is a trusted person, regardless of whether you like him or not. He has a hardcore following. He doesn't have lots of trolls running around talking about him. He doesn't really need to. And I think part of this is his personality. He has this strong image, and because he doesn't go out calling himself an alpha male, he doesn't go around trying to protract his strength and everything else onto people in a negative way, people like him. People see him as having humility and humbleness. Even though he has all these traits, he does have another trait. He loves money. He is a money-hungry person, and he is not ashamed to say so. He is a self-proclaimed capitalist. Somebody who would, of course, take advantage of your situation if it means making money. So let's try and answer the question. Criminal, ignorant, irresponsible. I don't think I have the information to answer this question, and this is a shame. He could be irresponsible, but I don't think he's irresponsible. Like Ken Gander, this is not a stupid person, right? He's not irresponsible. He's not ignorant either. He knows there are dodgy people on YouTube. I don't think he is a criminal either, though. Go out on a limb, I'm going to say that I don't think he's a criminal either. I don't think he has any intent or is working with Bomani. I think that if I had to put him into one section, I would have to say that he was irresponsible. I think that this is not a person that you can fully trust. So we'll go with irresponsible. And our third YouTuber, Pan-Africanism Strikes Back. Now, to say that this man is greedy on all levels would be an understatement. This man is an absolute slob. You could tell that he's definitely living in the basement of his mother's house. I'm guessing this man doesn't even have any children. I mean, how could he get it up? I shouldn't be saying that. I can't say that. This greedy, filthy pig is the type of person who would be criminally complicit. I haven't watched any of this man's shows because every time I begin to do research on him and I watch the first 5 minutes, that's pretty much all I can stand of his voice. He doesn't say anything or do anything which is intelligent. You can just tell that with his dialogue, he's just spewing out rhetoric pushed out by the Pan-African community. It's like he's got some sort of Pan-African dictionary and he tries to use these words and they don't really come out sounding right. This is a person who I don't trust at all. I'm going to try and put him in one of these boxes. Is he criminally complicit? Is he ignorant? Or is he irresponsible? I think this man is a special case. I think that this man is absolutely criminally complicit. I think that he is the type of person that would collude with Bomani, do a live video with him, and then push his subscribers to doing business through Tyehimba and take his own little cut. However, I struggle to think about him doing something like that because of his lack of intelligence. I would be surprised if he finished high school. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't know how to scam people. I'm going to have to put him in the criminally complicit box. I truly do believe there's something going on between him and Bomani Tyehimba. Now, I know I've said this before about Prince DYNAST AMIR. He had me asking a lot of questions simply because of the way he was pushing all these dodgy MFers onto his subscribers. He did it too many times for it to be a coincidence. So I'm going to leave Prince DYNAST in the air a bit. I'm going to have him hovering between the boxes. But Pan-Africanism strikes back. Guys, don't do business with that dude. As YouTubers, we all have a responsibility to our subscribers, to anybody who watch our videos. We have a responsibility to make sure that the information going into their heads is going to make them better people, that it's going to better them. So whether it be entertainment and it's making them happy or giving them life-changing information. Until the next time, please think twice. To our bit.